turn that off for right now. Oh, I'm tired and I just got up. That's the bad thing. Actually, I feel pretty good, and I've been up for about actually a couple of hours. I have been busy though. I checked on all of my plants this morning, and I've been editing a video, I've made coffee, talked to my daughter. I wanted to say hello before I share the gardening video, and I hope the video is relaxing and not boring. I love being able to come out into an enclosed area and work on the seeds and the plants and feel like everything's not going to get destroyed. So that's something I really enjoy before work and sometimes when I get home from work. I have my gardening journal on the desk, and I'm going to catch some things up, make some notes. That's really important if you're going to do long-term gardening, because it lets you know where in your yard plants did well. It helps you remember where you've rotated certain crops or plants like tomatoes and potatoes. It helps you to keep track of watering too. It's interesting. Even though my tomato plant looks beautiful right now, I have some blossom end rot, which is, it looks like water has pooled at the bottom of each tomato where, well, it's the blossom end, and it turns black and basically rots. Now, in the past, I think I've had that happen one time, and it was a long time ago, maybe 18 years ago. And I bought something to treat the soil. I can't remember if it was lime or potash. I'm going to have to read about that again. It can also come from letting the plants dry out early in the growing, like producing fruit, and they don't get enough calcium. The actual fruits don't. And it can be remedied. So we had to pull off, I think, 3 or 4 little tomatoes and throw them out. So far, the others look fine. And I do remember one particular day, Jason and I were on the porch, and I looked out at the tomato and I said, why does it look so wilted? It immediately bounced back after being watered. So it could be that that one dry spell impacted the tomatoes that would come onto the vine later. But keeping a garden journal can be really, really helpful. It can. Jason and I are hoping to hike today, and we shall see either today or tomorrow. It looks absolutely brilliant to see the sun outside. It rained pretty much all week, and everything was gray, and that's just, you know, it can impact your mood. It really can. I got outside anyway, and it was helpful just to even be able to get out into my little garden spot and do a few things. So one of the things I'm going to do today is work in my garden journal, and I know I'm going to have to water my plants later today. It is amazing how quickly the sun dries everything out. We went from waterlogged and just soppy wet to needing to be watered again. But everything's still a nice, rich, dark color. I love that. It's not dried out like the desert. I will see you really soon. Bye for now. Good morning, everybody. I'm doing a little bit of planting before I go to work this morning. That is where I planted a seed for chives. They're really, really tiny plants when they start out, kind of delicate. I think they got too wet because I had a whole tray and I only have 4 that made it, but that's okay. Yeah, they're pretty waterlogged, all of these little pots. that was a sidetrack. So I threw out all of the pots that were just waterlogged. They were just little paper cups. And I'm going to put some soil in these cups. I've already punched holes in the bottom. We've just had so much rain lately. It's waterlogged everything. As much as I do not want to water anything right now, I'm going to water this soil after I put it in here to help it settle down and make sure there are not any air pockets. I'm going to try chives again. They're tiny, tiny little seeds. The other thing I'm going to plant is a couple of okra seeds. Okra loves hot weather, and I'm hoping that I can get at least a few pods. I'm going to put 2 in each pot. I wonder if okra will grow with sage. Okay. I hate to water anything because it's so wet, but those haven't had any water. This plant is already growing like crazy. I hope to be able to keep some of this for the garden for next year. The gourd is starting to put out its little wispy vine-like runners or whatever attachments where it'll hopefully climb up over this and I can have gourds. The sage, it looks really, really good. This is the little pepper seed that looked really bad. It's coming out somewhat. We shall see. So even though rosemary seems to root really easily in the window, I don't think I know I haven't had 100% success moving it to soil. This one looks really good. This one not so much. I'm going to give it a little bit longer and see if it comes out, but it's not looking so great. However, look at the radishes. They look really, really great. And I think we're going to have radishes for salad. I'm going to give those a little bit longer. That's an ornamental onion. I need to get that in the ground. I love those. Really pretty. And then more sage. There are the tiny little chives that came from the seed. I think the nasturtium looks better since it's getting more sun and it's up off of the ground. And then look at this. This is probably the biggest improvement of any of the plants. That is the pepper. It was the slugs. Now that it's up off the ground and it's had the eggshell around it for a little bit. I mean, the leaves before were getting destroyed. There was actually a bloom here this morning. I am hopeful that we can get something from this. I'm learning. And we have okra planted. More chives. Okay, I'm gonna have to get inside. Oh, that rosemary was actually from the window. So you take several and you try, and then you will get something, even if they don't all survive.